Welcome, Eldrazi lovers. You're not a lover. We're so thrilled to have you together with us in this our journey through the world of Magic the Gathering. You're watching / listening to the Cozy Magic Podcast, the coziest magic podcast around. I'm one of your hosts, and I forgot to mill at the beginning of my pre-combat main phase next to rank counters. Nigel.
No. And I am looking for hot Eldrazi in your area, Ruby. I'm not looking for them, by the way.
She didn't rehearse that. She didn't tell me she was going to say.
I was going to say something else. I was going to say cryptids, but I was like, Eldrazi.
Oh, Eldrazi is the flavor because Modern Horizons just came out, I think, last week or a couple of weeks before.
Yeah.
So it's like the flavor. I said Eldrazi summer.
Yeah.
I think.
Hot Eldrazi summer.
But for us, it's like cold Eldrazi winter because we're in Australia.
We're in Australia.
Yeah.
For sure.
But what's new with you? What's going on? What's going to happen in the life of Ruby?
Oh, I'm actually about to escape
cold
Australian,
cold
Eldrazi winter because I'm going to go to Amsterdam for Magicon.
I'm so excited, and you're going like with some of our friends too.
Yes, we are. We've been planning and booking this for so long too. And they sent me a message asking me for a photo because
who, like our friends?
Our friends did
because
they wanted to make a T-shirt with all of us on it.
Okay.
It was it's like a parody of an Avengers.
You show
poster.
me later, but like I guess you'll pop it up here if they're cool with it.
Potentially, we'll see. It looks really good for something that we all whipped together in like 10. Like I put a timer on my phone and put it on a shelf.
Oh, just to at home, just to take a photo of yourself.
We're all holding our like chosen commanders.
Oh, so you're
in it as well.
So
we all like instead of how they hold like the hammer
the
like bow.
Iron Man,
we're all holding cards.
I like that. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. I haven't seen the final product yet, but I think it's going to be awesome.
So Magic. This is like your first MagicCon.
My first MagicCon.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Like I'm just gonna put everything on TikTok, because I want to live vicariously through you.
Absolutely. I said everything to Casa. Casa can edit it all up real nicely.
Because you'll be too. Yeah.
I've never been to Amsterdam either.
And you'll be meeting some of the birds of paradise.
Yes, I will.
People as well.
Like some birds. I'm not entirely sure who's going yet because I think a lot of people, like if they're US based, they hold out for the US events.
Sure. Yeah.
But this one just fell into place really nicely for me. So I'll see. I guess I'll find out who's going to be there.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Okay. Are we ready for the best?
I want to talk about what's new.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just overexcited. I really want to open this pack. You have no idea. I'm so sorry. Nigel, how's your week been? What have you been up to?
Look, it's been really good. I've just started. You're already cracking the pack.
Oh no. There's no way.
It's really funny that we're talking about cracking packs because I've started watching this thing on Netflix, which is called King of Collectibles. It's literally like a auction, like a company. Can't remember what his name is, but something golden, and it's like the golden touch. And he literally they like deal in sports cards.
Yeah.
The sports cards, sports memorabilia, watches, old Apple computers, shoes, like sneakers and things like that. They were talking about like this special basketball training card. I think it was called like the LeBron triple logo. It sold for $1.7 million US. And in my mind, I'm like, the one of one ring sold for $2 million. So magic. I mean,
has there been any magic on the show?
Not just yet. I mean, I'm like halfway through, but there's literally the episode I'm just about to watch is like talking about like Pokemon cards. So they've like lined it up with like different sellers. So there's a lot of like really, I don't even really want to tell you what they're actually doing because it's actually really quite interesting. And you learn a lot about like people who want to buy them, people who like collect things, and like I'm happy to like sell them to like collect to like people who actually enjoy and using these items and stuff.
Yeah.
But really interesting seeing this process. I'm actually like hoping to hold up like a Black Lotus or something will come out on. So actually really quite interesting.
If there is a Magic the Gathering like episode, I'm watching.
I'll just
I'm
like link it to you straight
for
away.
Sure. Yeah, please.
Yeah. All right, I've said my piece.
I'm like vibrating with anticipation.
It is the best part of the podcast, and it is actually Ruby's turn to do it. What do we have today?
It's finally my my turn again. So I have a Wilds of Eldraine set booster. This one was actually gifted to me by Wizards of the Coast.
Thank you.
For contenty things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, now it's got a tear thing. You ready?
Jimmy, that's how you did that the last time?
I think so.
Yeah.
I might have been like, oops.
Yeah.
Forgot there was a tear. We have a rat token, my favorite token. Oh, and an art card on the back too. Is there a certain way? I always...
You can go like commons first or
Yeah,
something.
top. So we've got Flicker Coin.
I don't like red card.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You want to do this again?
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
I will say I'm not super familiar with the set, so I will guess like 50%.
So this one is an instant. I'll read them out this time. I feel like we haven't really. I didn't really do that. I read the titles. Flick a coin deals 1 damage to any target. You create a treasure token and you draw a card.
For just a red.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
For 3, it's 2 and a red. It's an
Okay, so
instant.
well, I mean, there's 3 things, right? So 3 things happen.
This is what I needed today.
Oh.
We sat down and played a commander game before the podcast
Yeah, we
today.
did.
Aggravated
Castle won.
Assault.
Yeah.
Yeah, Castle won decisively.
Oh, it's aggravated assault.
Aggravated
hey, that's a pretty good
assault.
card. Okay, yeah.
2 and a red enchantment. You can pay 3 and 2 red to untap all creatures you control. If it's a main phase, there is an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase. Activate only as a sorcery.
Pretty good.
This is a pretty card too. I love the enchantments in Wilds of Eldraine so much.
I love them because they've got the right color. They're thematic. They look like, storybook cards.
Yeah.
And they've got the right color. I'm not sure if I said that one yet.
And they've got the right
And they've
color.
got the right
Did you
colour,
know
yeah.
that they have the right color?
All the right colors.
Archon of the Wild Rose. So it's 2 and 2
White. Yeah.
Creature
red?
Archon. It's a 4/4 flying. It looks like an elk with wings.
Yes, that's what all the Archons from Eldraine look like.
Right. Other creatures you control that are enchanted by auras you control have base power and toughness 4/4 and have flying.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's really good for that set because there's a lot of roll tokens too.
Oh yeah. Especially for the Precon as well. The
green and white one.
Yeah, the green and white enchantment one, which I played against the other week and nearly kicked my butt. But I
Clawed back a
yeah,
victory.
dude. What is the card that they mill half
Their
their
library.
deck, half their library, and lose half their life?
Oh,
It's a black card. I was playing mono black.
Yeah. I know what
Anyway,
you're talking about.
I played that card, and that was it was great.
Nice.
Ego Drain. It's a black.
don't know that
It's a
one,
black card. Sorcery. 1 black. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. If you don't control a fairy, exile a card from your hand.
Yeah,
I love
okay.
the art on this one too. Oh, I think this is an alternate commander for the fairy precon. Obira, Dreaming Duelist.
Whenever a fairy enters it's a flyer. Whenever
Yes.
the fairy enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
I love fairy cards like that.
Oh, yeah.
Love them.
1 black, 1 blue. It has flash as well.
Oh my
and
gosh.
it's a 2/2.
It's so good. What the heck?
Yeah, well, alternate commander is going to be.
Yeah.
We've got Fairy Fencing, which is...
It's a X-black card.
Yes, it is.
It's-
It's an instant.
Yeah, it's instant. It's destroy target creature with mana, like power mana value less than that. If you control a fairy, it's 3 something. You tell me.
Kind of. Like yes and no. Target creature gets -X until end of turn. That creature gets an additional -3/-3
Yeah.
until end of turn if you control a fairy as you cast a spell.
Yeah, fairy fencing. I like that card.
I love it.
If you had both of those cards in your seal pool, you'd be very happy because you got Obira and that.
Oh yeah. This one is me.
It's a rat.
No, but that's also me. Goblin Rogue. It's Picnic Ruiner. It's
What?
Picnic Ruiner. It's a 1.
Oh, that's the name of the card?
Yeah, it is. I'm a goblin,
Okay.
goblin rogue, ruining picnics.
Incredible.
1 and 1 red, and he's got a sorcery adventure as well,
Yep.
which is 3 and a green. So the sorcery adventure is distribute 3 +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures you control. And then the main card is whenever Picnic Ruiner attacks while you control a creature with power 4 or greater, Picnic Ruiner gains double strike till end of turn.
Oh, what the heck?
And it's a 2/2.
Double strike.
Yeah, very cool.
That'll
Just-
ruin your picnic
just
real
for
fast.
A little goblin guy. Okay.
You're so excited
No,
about
this
it.
one's me. Ruby, daring tracker.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say, are you gonna crack the Ruby card? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Our day has been made.
Yeah. 1 red, 1 green, 1 2. It's a legendary creature, human scout with haste.
Haste, yeah.
Whenever Ruby Daring Tracker attacks while you control a creature with power 4 or greater, Ruby gets +2/+2 until end of turn. And you can tap her for a red or a green. Toadstool Admirer. I'm just keeping going. This is me. We're going to keep going.
Everything is you.
Yeah. Toadstool Admirer. This is me when I was a baby. Have you seen that meme? Oh, you're not on. You haven't been on TikTok.
No, not as long.
Oh, send Nigel your most classic memes
Can you
because he
actually-
hasn't seen that many of
The thing
them.
is, like, don't send me classic memes because I'll know, like, 10 years ago. If they're, like, a month ago or, like, 2 months ago, send them to me.
No,
I
the me
think.
when I was a baby is much older.
Really?
Not 10 years, but like maybe 2 or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
probably.
It's so silly. I'll send you that one.
I was sleeping 2 years ago.
Toadstool Admirer. It's a 1/1. Do you say this like oof? Oof.
Oh, O-U-P-H-E?
Yeah.
I say oof. I don't actually know how it is pronounced. Oopahi? Like, I don't.
Oof. Alf. Oop. Ward 2. And it has 3 and a green ability. Put a +1/+1 counter on him.
Okay. Yeah.
Evolving Wilds, we know this
We
one.
know Evolving
Land.
Wilds, good.
Sacrifice it to search your library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. Root Rider Fawn. Sorry. Satyr Scout.
Yep.
I'm being gross and weird. Tap to add a green and pay 1 and tap it, add 1 mana of any color. It's a 1/3.
Yeah.
And then we have a shiny forest.
Shiny.
Cute.
Well, the forest with the wilds of Eldraine, so that's why it's enchanted. That's why it's foiled. You know.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really cool. That was a good pack. That was a really
Well, the thing
exciting
is,
pack.
it wasn't
I
as
found.
good a pack as the pack that we cracked at the. It was so funny because it was a cowboy bar, and
Yeah.
you didn't crack like an Outlaws of Thunder Junction pack. It was a Wilds of Eldraine Collectors, I think, booster.
Collector booster.
And we're like, ha ha ha, we're in a bar. Let's crack a pack. And
Yeah.
what do you crack?
So
Like the good card, like.
the good card was Agatha's Soul Cauldron. The funny thing is I was never supposed to have that pack.
Yeah.
It was like I traded it out to give someone a different birthday present that suited them better.
And you're like, this one for me.
And I was like, well, I'll just keep it then. I put it in my bag, and then I went to go and put my phone in my bag and couldn't because the pack was in the way, and then was like, oh, a pack. And
You always take an opportunity to crack packs anyway.
Oh,
you are.
absolutely. I mean,
and
absolutely.
It's so funny we got that on camera as well. Like,
yeah.
incredible.
It did really well on like TikTok or Shorts or whatever as
so
well.
if you haven't seen it, it's an
Go and have a look. It's worth a watch. It was really fun. It was really funny.
Yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed that pack opening today. Well, what we're actually talking about today is playing with Precons because that's, I think it's almost impossible if you go out into any LGS or even like your group of, your people that you're playing with. If there is a new person, they're almost always going to start with a Precon.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you'll learn with a starter deck 1-1.
Maybe.
But if you're playing in a group with the 4 of you in the pod, it'll be a Precon for the most part. For the most part, unless a friend hands you like a deck. But I thought we would talk about Precons in like a social setting and also, where Precons started from and what they look like maybe before and what they look like kind of now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Wizards started supporting the Commander format in 2011. And like I said before, Commander was invented much further before that. Wizards just did normal sets. And in 2009 or 2010, they were like, you know what? Let's actually print some product for multiplayer for Commander. And they came up with a 2011, I think there was like 5 pre-constructed Commander decks.
Oh, 5.
But I think so, yeah. And again, Precons, when we're saying Precons, if you're not 100% sure what we're saying, a Precon is a pre-constructed deck.
Yeah.
So normally when we play Commander, if we're like, oh, it's a rat, I'm going to build a rat deck, we build that deck. It's not pre-constructed. We have to construct it.
Pre-constructed, made by Wizards. And
Yes.
you can buy it in a box.
In a
it's
box.
ready to go.
Yeah. Don't even need sleeves.
Yeah.
You could play it unsleeved.
Just add water, except don't do that.
Not even if it's island, like mono blue deck, don't add water. But like with Precons, it used to be, and like think about it, used to be one set Precon, like one Commander set a year.
Yeah.
So it used to be like Commander 2013, Commander 2017, Commander 2014.
Okay.
It's insane to think about that now because in 2020, they're like, every set, yeah, let's give commander decks
Every
with that.
set.
Starting from Ikoria, there was 5 commander decks, and then everything after that, 2 something, and now like it's 4 or more.
I would
even.
love to get my hands on some of the older commander decks because obviously I have some comparison, right? And I can notice the difference in like a little bit, but I would love to see like
Just
first to latest.
Yeah.
That comparison would be super fun.
But the thing is, Precons in the past, they weren't great. Yeah, they actually weren't great. So the commander would be really like, whoa, this is a cool commander because again, like it's made for multiplayer. But then you look inside the deck and like the land base, and when I say that, the lands are pretty like enter tapped unless you pay 5 life and die.
Oh.
Or like and there would be cards that don't really fit, and they've been pretty meh for the most part. Yeah, again.
Do you think it would be really unfun to play an old, like the first against a new one, like latest?
I honestly think that the new one would do better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Just because they're more cohesive, land-based, they're faster, right? Commander as a format sort of like grown faster and faster over the years.
Yeah.
Again, you would have really good commanders like Edgar Markov, I've spoken about before. Crazy vampire. Everyone's just like, oh no, evidence. Evidence is like ridiculous. But again, the commander would be really good. The cards inside the deck, honestly, like my Mega Markov deck, I've taken out more than half the deck.
Wow.
And I've just,
This is like the
Yeah.
ship of Theseus.
When does it stop being
When does it stop being?
When does a precon stop being a precon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
well,
good
I know
one.
they call them juiced or boosted precons when
Yep.
you take some cards out.
Yep.
But like, if you've taken out half the deck, is it still a precon? If it's half?
I would say no. Tell me what you think, folks. Yeah. I'd be honestly like quite interested to know, because if you take out like 10 or 20 cards,
I'd say that's still.
I say it's still a juiced precon. That's what I would call it.
Yeah, because
Right?
it's what 10%.
10-20%. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's half, I think it's a different deck altogether.
Oh
Especially
yeah.
if you like
50%
especially
of your
if
cards.
you lean in like a specific direction as well. Yeah, but again, like cards decks in the past, bleh. But then fast forward to like Rivals of Ixalan. I think that was the turning point.
Yeah.
Every single deck was like insane,
Yeah.
like incredible. You were at the event, I think, at Fortress Melbourne, where they had like a I was gonna say Outlaws of Thunder Junction because I'm used to saying it so much. Lost Caverns of Ixalan event.
Yeah.
Right? And we all got like either a pirate precon, mermaid, dinosaur, and vampires.
Yep.
And they were insane.
They were.
They were incredible.
The dinosaur precon
Oh yeah.
is my favorite precon
Yeah.
ever. And I didn't actually get that one. One of my friends knew I wanted it really badly
Seeked it out
and
for
was
you.
like, no, not even on the night. They got it and they played it on the night and then went, here, you can have this.
Wow.
And now the dinosaur precon is like impossible to find.
Yeah.
So I couldn't have gotten any luckier. It's my favorite one to play. I play it all the time. And it's one of the ones that can really hold up against actual built decks.
Well, the thing is, like most precons from, again, this sort of, I would say this era of precons, I would say the golden age
golden
of precons.
age
I'll
of
say it, I'm saying it now,
preconstructed
golden age of
decks.
precons. You can hang with like decks that
You can hang.
people. You can
Yeah.
hang, it's fine, it's cool.
Yeah.
But, Lost Cavern Excellent was really good. And we were all thinking like, oh, is Lost Caverns like an anomaly? Is that it?
Yeah.
But then we went to Murders of Murders of Carla. I
You
never
did it.
do it, but I did it this time. Murders of
You
Carla.
were just talking about Edgar Marco.
Okay,
so
true. Thank
it's
you.
like, yeah.
Thank you for giving
Yeah.
me. The MKM precons really good. Really good.
Yeah.
And then we went to Outlaws. Really, really good. I got the Gonti Uncanny Inquisitor
Oh
one.
yeah, because I got Olivia.
Yes, and we redacted.
Yeah.
But
And
really strong.
Yeah.
Really, really strong. And I would, you could take them out to play with other decks, and they would hang.
Yeah.
They would be able to like match almost the power of decks that people would make, and you wouldn't feel, because last time you would have, if like I had a cool deck, you had a cool deck, Casa had a cool deck, and then our friend, had a precon.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I would say it wouldn't be a good time for that person to play like one or two land, like one land a turn pass, and we are like, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, destroy everything.
Yeah.
But now I think if a precon came to the table and we had like a good pregame discussion, it'd be fine.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's where the social aspect of Commander, which is all of it. But you know, like this the going not smacking people down kind of deal comes into.
Yeah.
With the precon power levels too, I distinctly remember when I first started really getting into Magic, not being able to play with the big dogs.
Yeah, with
all.
a precon, right?
Not at all. Nah, no
it's
way.
Not good enough.
So the fact that I've kind of lived through that, what would you call it?
The Bronze Age.
Yeah, I guess. But like just the part of it, enough that I can remember. There's not a lot in Magic that myself as a newer player can actually say, oh, I remember when this happened, you know?
Okay.
So the fact that I have played and couldn't play with precons, and then as time went on, is like, oh, I've now entered the golden age and I can compare it to that.
Gotcha.
Is really cool.
Okay, that's actually
like,
interesting. Yeah.
Some of our friends that we have taught or played with have only played in this golden age of precons. We walked so you could run.
We'll be like,
I say we. I played. You know,
but like
a
we
few
can go like
sets.
back in my day. You don't understand. The precons were bland,
Back
stinky.
in my day.
Yeah.
Stinky precons.
Well, it's just like because like there's like every precon has a name. You know, like Trash and Treasure.
Yeah.
Most Wanted, Stinky Precon.
Stinky precon.
Just stinky cards. With precons though, like, I do generally encourage that you remove a couple of cards that because like there'll always be generally two commanders. Right. For example, the most wanted precon, you've got Olivia, the base commander, and then there's also I can't remember what the other.
The Money Man.
That makes the treasures into assassins.
Yeah.
Similar, but they really go down different avenues.
Oh,
so
yeah.
there's a couple of cards in the deck that will support this. The secondary commander, we shall say.
Yeah.
That it might be good to sort of look at your precons and maybe remove some of those cards and put in cards that actually enhance what Olivia wants to do. Doesn't have to be like incredibly major. Like I'm going to put in Mana Vault. I'm going to put in Smothering Tithe. It doesn't have to be that. Just like synergistic pieces that make them better.
Oh yeah.
An example of that is I bought Spirit Squadron, which is a white-blue spirits deck from Crimson Vow. I borrowed it because, again, we had this pre-game composition, and this is before the Golden Age, right? Someone said, I've got a precon, I want to play this. And I'm like, I actually don't have one, but I love to borrow something like someone else's one.
Yeah.
So we could all hang at the same sort of level. And again, pre-game discussion, great. We actually had a great time.
Perfect.
I had a great time because I've never played that deck before. It was so good. Fit in with my playstyle. Spirits are spooky.
Yeah.
I loved it. And I actually went back the very night and I bought it off Amazon because I was just like, I actually need this for myself. And I made a couple of tweaks.
Yeah.
So to sort of give you a bit of context, when I bought out of the box, it's valued about $63.79 on Moxfield. With all the changes I've made, it's at $118.80. So it's about $50.
It's not bad.
That's about it.
Yeah.
I didn't put in like powerhouse cards or anything. I just put in more spirits. I took out things that didn't really suit with the deck, and now it's actually one of my favorite decks. It's consistent. It's fun to play. Spooky spirits.
Yeah,
You know?
awesome. I actually haven't. I think I've been meaning to juice up some precons, but I just haven't really. The only one that I have, there are a few that I really like the alternate commanders for. So obviously Zakama is an alternate commander. I don't play Pantlaza.
Oh my goodness, that thing is the wrecker of commander tables everywhere.
Well, I mean Zakama is pretty rude. And then Alayla is also alternate commander for the fairy deck.
Fairy one.
But I did take out one of the cards that I didn't really like. It like does damage to all of your to all creatures or something like that. And the dinosaur deck doesn't really have such large creatures that you can get away with that.
There are some and then there aren't some, right? Like if you want to play a certain way, you're like, I don't want to kill any of my creatures.
Yeah,
You know?
no, not for me.
Yeah.
But it's really good. I like precons in the way that that's how I learned I like Naya.
Yep.
I like red, white, and green combination by playing the dinosaur deck.
Yeah.
And so like that's my
And then perfectly when you bought the cat, like dog
And
and cat deck, you're like Naya, and that's how you know straight away.
Rin and
I need this
Sari.
deck, and like it's a great deck to play, and it fits your play style.
yeah.
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 Here you go.
But yeah, I think I'm moving. I still really like them there. They can add up, but I want a little bit of a bit more creative freedom. So I want to move into
Like complete
yeah.
deck construction. Yeah.
I can take some inspo. I'll take some inspo from some precons.
Which
I feel
is
like that would be
a really great
good.
point, because I was going to say that I was like, I really want to make a vehicle deck. I really, really want to make a vehicle deck. So I was like, let's buy this Kamigawa Precon, which is called Buckle Up. It was a blue-white Precon. It's all about like vehicles, right? So like giant suits of armor, cars, things like that.
Cars?
Why are you like smiling at cars?
Okay, I want to make a vehicle
Lightning
deck.
McQueen deck? Or?
No, stop. What do you mean? No, I mean, not like cars.
Ka-chow.
Pixar. I want to, my playmat is the town playmat.
Oh my goodness.
I need to make a vehicle deck and drive around on it. I can get
There's like a roundabout on it too. You just go like.
I can get counters that
Yeah.
are cars and put. No, I'm
Like-
gonna get Matchbox cars.
Yeah.
Is that what they're called?
That's your
Hot
counter.
Wheels.
Yeah, Hot Wheels, like
Hot
Matchbox cars.
Wheels. Yeah, with the numbers on them, and they're gonna be my counters.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, sorry. I totally was just like vehicles.
That's really funny,
Though I
though.
did get my butt kicked by a vehicle deck. Like,
Who's the commander? Do you remember?
I don't actually. The classic, right? Urza. Is he one of them?
Oh, actually, yeah.
One of the brothers.
I think so. Mishra. Because it
Mate.
creates a copy that's a 4/4 and it rams into you.
Potentially.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, but I bought this like blue-white vehicle Precon, played it a little bit. I'm like, you know what? I'm actually going to cannibalize this Precon. And I...
Cannibalize.
Yeah, so I
Sounds so
took
brutal.
out like a whole bunch of cards from them. And that was like a basis of my Breya Ethereum Shaper vehicle deck, which is white-blue, but also black and red. And it's an artifact... people get into cars and drive around kind of deck.
Where are they driving? To victory.
71 laps till victory.
Oh no. Was that an F1?
Yeah, that's Monaco, I think. It's one of the.
Nigel's
one
an
of the
F1 enjoyer.
I do love
know.
F1. We're going to talk about it one day.
Every time our friends go to Formula One, I'm like, you gonna go watch cars? It's my favorite thing.
It's so.
You go
I'll
watch
talk about this in a
cars.
What's New episode one day. But like,
Oh.
I got into This is a complete tangent, by the way. Vehicles.
Vehicles.
But like, I got into F1 by watching the Netflix series Drive to Survive, and before that, I honestly like, oh, whatever.
Wow.
Drive cars. I actually don't care.
Is Drive to Survive is it a reality show?
It's a documentary sort of
Okay.
series, yeah, but like it really focuses on like the team principals or the team like managers, we should say, and the drivers, and because they make it more personable, you actually root for people in this villain. So
Ha!
I think you will love it.
Yeah,
like,
and
actually,
I'm gonna watch Drive to Survive while I build my vehicle deck. Take
and I have the man
inspiration.
in front of you and go, like,
Yeah. Vroom.
what were we talking about? Right.
Yeah, look.
But like again, precons are great. You can play them in a social setting, but like I said before, the pre-game conversation is like paramount. It's so important, right? Because I'm sure you played games before where like, I'm gonna play my precon, and you've already said that, but people are like, yo, I'm gonna play my CDH deck.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's also sometimes a event or turning up to the actual place conversation. Because if you only bring your precon and they've only brought CDH decks,
That's actually
what choice do you have?
That's actually a really interesting one. Because pre-game is a whole separate thing.
Yeah.
You've raised it to the new level now.
Yeah.
So
many conversations you have to have. Pre-gathering.
No, but I actually think this is like a genius like concept, because we talk about the pre-game conversation so much.
Yeah.
But you're right. If I don't have all my decks with me, and again, like, come on, we're Magic players. I've got more than one deck.
I mean, I'm not going to carry 16 though. You carry 16,
Okay, I'm
right?
kinda crazy.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
I got noodle arms, all right?
But my point is still stands, because I've got 16 decks in that thing. I don't have like an unmodified precon in them. But if someone tells me in like the Discord, in like a message or something, Nigel, I'm bringing a friend. Like if you message me, Nigel, I'm bringing a friend. They've only got a precon. could you bring a precon as well?
Yeah.
Of course I bring one.
Yeah.
You know? So as long as you have that balance of, again, this is like
communication's important.
so important. I think someone said don't tell me that boys are bad at communicating if you sort of go untap, upkeep, draw. I'm gonna play my land for 10. I'm gonna tap my soul ring. I'm gonna play Arcane Signet, and you say everything that you do.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you're bad at communication.
You're good at communicating. You just need to channel it.
Have you not seen that tweet? It's incredible.
No,
I'll show it to you later.
yeah,
But you can
great.
pop it up here, Cass. I'll show it to you. But incredible. But
you just have to, when you have you have to have conversation, the hard conversations, but explain it to me in Magic the Gathering terms.
oh my gosh, you solve everything in the world. All the Magic players will channel their energy to wow, that's incredible. But yeah, when you play with Precon, it's so important as a seasoned player. So if you're a seasoned player, if you've played a couple of games in your lifetime, so important to have these two different decks. And again, that pre-gathering conversation of what decks do I bring, that's incredible. We did not rehearse this. That's actually top tier.
Only because I've had a sad time when we did not pre-gather communicate.
Pre-gather communicate. Pre-gathering the communication.
No.
I will reiterate again that Commander really is the worst way to learn how to play. However, if a friend is newer to Magic and has the grasp or the basics, it's a great way to keep learning the game.
Yeah.
Right? Because Commander has it's going to be so many different cards. You actually learn about Convoke. You'll learn about, we were playing a game, you can tap artifacts to improvise. Right? And you're learning.
Did you just improvise that? Yeah.
I did, yeah. But you keep learning about these things. It's a great way to keep learning the game. I think it's a bad way to start learning the game, but to keep learning, it's good in a fun way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I played a game a few weeks ago where three of us had decks that we all sort of made ourselves, and our friend said, "Oh, I've only got a modified Hail Caesar from Fallout deck," and we're like, honestly, we think that should be okay. And he won.
And modified, especially, it's already a very strong deck by itself.
Anything Universes Beyond, except for the Doctor Who ones, have been very good. Lord of the Rings has been really good.
Yeah.
You played against the Food and Fellowship ones, I'm sure.
I have played the Food and Fellowship where I just eat bread.
You're just don't
make everyone
don't
mad.
Worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. It's fine. They're really good.
Also, one of our friends have a modified Saruman deck. Oh,
that one beats down.
That
really.
one amassing orcs forever.
That is a great example of that's an alternate commander. Correct? Sauron's actually the big bad.
Sauron is the big
bad. But
our
friend was like, you know what? Saruman actually speaks to me. And so he took the alternate commander, took out cards that didn't really mesh with the deck, and put in cards that amassed and did things like that, instant and sorceries, and it's a great deck.
Oh yeah, it makes me so happy to see how much love he consistently puts into it too. That's his project, that's his baby.
He gets excited about guys, this card from Modern Horizons, it's gonna go straight into it. I'm like it's really good. Yeah, but I think the essential takeaway from today is playing a Precon doesn't mean low powered anymore.
No. And I really like that too. Not everyone has the time or the resources or the money to build a deck.
Absolutely.
So I think Wizards have done a really good job with this, with Precons.
And that's a great point as well, right? Because we love this hobby. We love Magic. It can be very expensive if you want it to be. But the whole fact now that you can go buy a 50, 60 Aussie dollar, pre-constructed deck from Magic and still play with your friends, that's accessible, and accessible is great in my book.
Accessibility is important.
Yeah.
For sure. Magic is for everyone.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the end of our main topic for today. But I think you want to do one of our famous ANZ Community Spotlights.
I would love to. This one's an Australian.
Yeah. And we actually know this person.
Well, we do.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to know most of them.
Yeah.
Because the Australian circle is quite small. But I really hope to find some gems, that people we haven't met, some new content that we find.
If you're creating Magic content here in Australia and we haven't met you, we want to know who you are. We want to again, the tide and the ship, everyone go up.
Number go up. Well, I mean, like, I
Stunts.
haven't found a single bit of Australian Magic content that I haven't liked yet. All of it has been fantastic.
True.
So
Honestly, true.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this lovely human being with a fantastic channel is our first Australian ANZ Community Spotlight. I'm really, really excited to share this one. When someone says, who's an Australian Magic the Gathering creator, this is the first person that comes to mind for sure. Attack on Cardboard. Thank you so much for making the content that you do. So one of the best Australian Magic the Gathering creators. Well, I mean, full stop.
Yep.
And mainly on YouTube, but across all socials, of course. I watch his TikTok.
His TikTok's like going off.
It's great.
And they're great. So informative.
Very informative. Easily digestible. Rule explanations and deck techs.
Yeah.
I found myself going to his channel and his socials when there's a new mechanic, a new keyword in a set. He's got the perfect content to explain it.
Yeah, and like you can be good at understanding things, but the way that he creates that content, it's fun, it's quirky, but it doesn't miss any of the points. It hits everything exactly as it needs to hit.
Yeah, exactly. Like for Outlaws of Thunder Junction, I remember as well going to his channel and seeing all like he taught me about Spree.
I love that mechanic.
Right?
Yeah.
There's so much that I didn't know, and then I rocked up to pre-release and I was like, it works like this. It works like this. Attack on Cardboard taught me. Super valuable source of information. Super nice human being. With an even cooler wife.
Oh, okay. Like, Attack on Cardboard, we know your wife personally. Come on, man. Like, she's awesome. She's an awesome human being.
Oh, both of you, great human beings. Your wife is super cool. But yeah, definitely someone you should be following. Please do. Like Australians, you should all be supporting
Australian content.
I mean, Australian content for sure.
Like ANZ content. Like again, like the more you support all of us, and again, you should follow every single one that you can. And again, there hasn't been no misses so far.
No.
With the content produced.
No
Hopefully
misses.
not with us.
The channel is doing extremely well. I'm so happy every time I see it. So please chuck him a follow and make sure you're keeping up with all of his content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that brings us to the end of, I was going to say today's episode. Yeah, every single time. I don't know why I'm so like, why can't I say today? I can say today.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight.
But thanks for watching. Thank you so much to Rex Studios and to Casa MTG. You should follow.
Yeah.
He's really good.
It's fantastic.
The arts.
The lore videos.
Really good. He just got I just saw I don't know if you can see the book on the table, but he's just gonna do a big sort of deep dive. And I don't know if I'm putting him on the spot, but into Innistrad. I love the Innistrad plane. The plane. Yes, please follow Ruby on all of the socials.
And make sure you're following Nigel on all of the socials.
And also Cozy Magic Podcast and the Cozy Magic Club. Please like, comment, subscribe. Do comment what precons you folks like to enjoy playing. Is there any precons that you're like, okay, I'm going to turn this into my precious thing and take out the things, Golem deck maybe. Who knows?
No, please stop.
But thank you so much. We'll catch you later.
Bye.
Precon power.